Hi, and welcome to
5 of the most haunted locations
in the UK.
Borley Rectory. Located in the village of Borley in Essex, some people say this or was the most haunted house in England. Built in 1863, the mansion was built on the land of a church or monastery that had been there many centuries before. It was said that it was a place with many nasty events, including the hanging of a monk and a nun being bricked up alive in a room under the church. Not long after a family moved in did the ghostly goings-on begin. Sightings of nuns and a phantom carriage driven by a headless man, no less, were sightings that were said to have been spotted more than once. Doorbells were rung, windows smashed, and doors locked on their own accord, while other spooky goings-on within the walls of Borley Rectory. However, in 1939, the rectory burnt down in very mysterious circumstances.
The HighGate Cemetery. A man's car broke down outside said cemetery. It was in the middle of nowhere. The only thing he could see was the gates of the cemetery. Through those gates were glowing red eyes. Some might say it was the ghost of the insane old woman that used to race between gravestones with her hair flowing through the wind. Others say it was a dark shrouded figure who's been seen staring into the distance. Some have got close to him and he disappears and reappears further away, still staring into the void. A businessman was terrified by something that jumped over the fence. It landed right in front of him with its pointed ears and glowing eyes, large nose. It's said to be Spring-Heeled Jack.
The Enfield Poltergeist. August 1977, a single parent, Peggy Hodgson, called the police to her rented home in Enfield after 2 of her 4 children claimed that furniture was moving and knocking sounds were heard on walls. The children included Margaret, aged 13, Janet, aged 11, Johnny, 10, and Billy, 7. A police constable saw a chair slide on the floor, but couldn't determine if it was moved by itself or pushed by someone else. Later claims that the address included demonic voices and even perhaps possession. Loud noises, thrown toys, and even levitation. Some claim the Enfield Poltergeist was highly hoaxed by the children, and even themselves claim that 2% of it was hoaxed, but the rest, they swear, was true.
The Pendle Hill. The story of the Pendle Witches is one of the most famous cases of witch trial in English history. 10 women were accused of murder using witchcraft and were hung at Lancashire Castle in 1612. Outraged with the injustice of it all, the ghosts apparently still haunt the surroundings of Pendle Hill. Some people even gather at the top of the hill on Halloween to honour them. Still not convinced? Some strange incidents were recorded on TV in 2004, which included a glass flying across the room, smashing on the floor, crew members feeling like they were strangled, and a table tipped over by an unknown force.
It wouldn't be a visit to Scotland without visiting Castle Fraser. Castle Fraser's most famous ghost, of course, is the princess. She was murdered while she slept in the green room, and according to legend her body was dragged down the stone staircase. Thump, 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 leaving a bloody trail, a stain which could not be removed, even with repeated scrubbing. As a last resort, the steps were covered in a wooden panelling, as we can see today. Over the years, many residents have reported seeing her ghost throughout the castle. Visitors and staff members have heard apparitional piano music. Voices and whispers have been heard in the empty halls. Witnesses have seen Lady Blanche Drummond's ghost, who died in 1874. She appears in a long black gown. Her ghost has been seen in the castle grounds and on the staircase. The kitchen staff have even reported hearing the sound of children laughing, only to find that there was no children in the castle.